on Dustin's all day getting his fuel lines all made. We've got all the feed stuff done, everything from the tank to the filter, from the filter to the pump, from the pump to the rail. Just need some 10 so I can build the return to the regulator and to the tank right here, and then some 10 for the breather stuff back here too. And then I got the return line all worked up for the oil and the feed line all on there and tucked really nice. Started putting these plugs in, but I don't know if these are right, so I'm gonna have them look at those, check that out. And this thing's coming along really well. I got the radiator cap on there, looking good. Almost all the lines are done. Just kicking butt on this thing. I need a throttle cable, it looks like, and then Hayden's gonna come pick it up tomorrow night or tonight and do the wastegates on the manifold. So this thing is almost done. Super close. We are kicking butt. And Jordan, we did and on Jordan's we did a delete on the butterflies, put 2 spacers in there, so we've got a little bit more plenum, no butterflies in there. It's gonna be a lot better, flow way better. We got all the bolts changed, no more studs. His transmission and flywheel clutch are all on there. This thing's coming together really well, so that's gonna be in the car very soon. I'm getting pumped. Ice cream cruise is right around the corner. PSCA is this weekend. Things are getting crazy, so let's get this stuff done. Good. All right, I got the cable all mounted. Piece of conduit along the whole bottom of it. One on the top right here, and then I got another curve going to there, and then the fuel pump and everything's gonna be mounted in there. And that's about, I mean, there's only like, there's a section right here where it's not mounted, but it's a very short section, and I don't think we should have any issues, so I'm pretty pumped. All right, so I've got my fuel pump cable all mounted all the way back, piece of conduit following it all the way. The curve, there's just a little bit here where it doesn't have the conduit or a mount, but that's where it starts to become the metal piece and it starts to go into the pump, so it's pretty good. This thing is solid. None of these move, not even the fuel lines. All of this stuff is really solid, so I'm freaking pumped. This is coming along really well. Like, there's a little section here where it's not mounted, but it's just the tiniest bit. We'll see once we start the motor how much this actually moves here, because that's why they have us mounting it, so that it doesn't just torque everywhere. We'll be able to see right here too how it's spinning. That's kind of like why I did this. This right here is to protect it from the ground as I drive and stuff, you know, bumps and stuff. Sure, I might catch a fuel line, but we don't want to rub on this cable or damage the cable at all. So I'm pretty excited. I'll probably add another clamp here in the middle just to make sure this is good, and like a little tab to hold this. You'll see how this is a little flimsy. I'll probably make this solid, because I'm sure this thing's spinning at 9,000 RPM inside there will make that move. But I got the whips on for my brakes, and I got them mounted right there on this bolt. You just have to drill out the little tabs. See these little tabs? You just got to drill those out, make those big enough for a 14 millimeter. I just used the step bit, put the tab in the vise, sand it through both sides, and then mounts up super easy. So I just did that on both sides, super clean. Just a little bracket off there, and it just goes straight into it right there. And then I mounted these upside down, so normally they'll come in from the bottom. You put the clamp through, but the axle was like, when I routed them the normal way and I put it through the bottom, the axle was right next to the brake line. So I went over the top, I put it in the top, and then I'm probably gonna get like a U for the fitting here, and then just U it back up to the factory little hole here. And I need to get some new grommets, but I can get some from my other CRX out in the field. Go ahead and take them off the hard line and fit them in there. This is pretty epic. I'm stoked, man. This thing's coming along really well. It's crazy how far it's came in the last little bit, but we got to get it there. It's so close. I'm trying, man. I need to cut these plugs off of my fans and change these. The blacks are going to go to ground, and then the powers are just going to run to the relays right here. These are my fan and my starter relays. I need to mount these right here, just mount them real nice, and then run those wires and do all that. But it's getting really close. I'm pumped, a little anxious, and frustrated, but I'm trying. We're gonna get there. Whether or not it's PSCA, definitely will be at ICC for sure. And just that little that extra week, that little bit of time will definitely help me get it done. But I'm gunning for PSCA. I want to be there, even if I go a 12, 13. I don't care what the time is I run. I just want to go down the track with my damn CRX. Dustin and Chris just came and picked up his car. They're running it to Hayden's. Hayden's going to be doing some wastegates, and then it's going to come back tonight. We're going to do dump tubes, finish up the lines, hopefully get all the fluids in that thing and get it ready to start. But we have got wheelies on the lift now. Sean's got to bust out an exhaust on that, and then we're going to get that off and get my car on there and get back to it. We were getting really close. We completely mounted the fuel cable last night. There's one bracket away from being done there. Then we need to mount the fuel pump. We've got the starter and the fan relay mounted up front. Just need to run a wire for the powers to the fans, and then a wire for the power to the starter. Just a little one that goes on that tab. It's coming along really, really well. Fans, we need to put the ground side on. That's super easy. And then just finish the speed sensor wiring. We already did the VTEC and the coolant pressure. So it's really, really close right there. Super close, guys. I need to tie down my battery tray. Just gonna do 2 tabs, weld them to the tray, drill into the plate, tap it 12 millimeter. I got the tap, and then we'll bolt that down and it'll be secure, and then do the battery tie down on top. I'm freaking pumped though, so stay tuned. Let's go. Let's get this stuff done. All right, so we've been all over the place. Sean got a exhaust done on Willie's car, a little downpipe out the bumper there, so that we can put a catch pan on it so he can race PSCA this weekend. I just finished up my battery tray, got all the tabs and stuff on it. Well, it's not finished. I got to drill 2 holes in that one and that one, and then drill 2 holes in the weight plate, tap it, and bolt it down. But the tie down part is all finished. Coming out here. Get my little battery. All right, so I got this bad boy all done. So I welded the bottom first. Sean said my heat was a little bit low, so I turned the heat up. Maybe I should have gave them all one more pass, but that'll do. That'll do great. Go ahead and put the battery in it now, and see how it goes. I'm stoked. Bro, that works freaking awesome. So the battery's tied down there, and tied down there, bolts there, and then it's gonna have a bolt there and right there. Those are gonna be 12s. So I'm gonna mark that, little Sharpie, drill the holes, and then I'm gonna Sharpie, drill the holes. I might drill all the way through, I don't know yet, I haven't decided, but and then I've got I believe it's M8 by 125 tap. Just tap it up and bolt that down. It's gonna work great. I'm stoked. Woo! All right, Gordo just cleaned out his Civic here. It's looking good, dude. That thing's a beast. And I just finished the battery tie down, and I tied down the relays. So the relays are all nice and tight now. Just need to run 2 wires for those suckers, and this sucker's nice and tight now. So I like how I did that, honestly. Maybe those are too tight. I don't know yet, we'll see. But this thing is epic, dude. Sick! Welds are getting better. This thing's definitely not gonna fall apart or anything. I'm freaking actually excited. This is really awesome. CRX is coming along, guys. I got the back jacked up because I cut myself a half moon, and I have a piece of rod so I can work on mounting the other piece back here that's in the back. So here's my half moon, my rod, and then I've got clamps. They're inside. Probably lost them by now. They're somewhere. But I was working on that. It's gonna be epic. I'm really excited, dude. This is freaking sick. So we're trying to get ready, trying to make it to the race. We only have 3 days left, but stay tuned. Things are getting crazy. All right, so I got the battery and the relays all mounted. I got a mock-up for another saddle back here. So it's gonna hold it up just like that. Gonna mount it right here off of the saddle. It's just gonna have a little rod that's gonna go there, connect it, mount it, and then I gotta mount the fuel pump again and do that all right in the morning first thing. Cable's looking really good. Got it tied along with the fuel lines all the way. So it's coming along really well. It's getting right there, super close. We got some wiring to do. VTEC speed sensor, coolant pressure is wired, dome pressure, and then boost control. Little couple things. Bust those out and we'll get her down onto the dyno. I have everything but diff fluid in it, so I need diff fluid. I could definitely drop the drive shafts, dyno it front wheel drive. That'll be fine, and then just need to throw diff fluid in it. We have to be at the track on Friday. First qualifier is at 9 o'clock at night, so we got some time Friday, but it's definitely gonna be close. I'm a little nervous, but here we go. But thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe down below. This is GoofyBuilt. Peace out, guys. That was loud.